We all know that things don't always go to plan. I mean, you can have the best plan, best setup, and then something comes along and chucks all of those things out of the window. I also appreciate that not everybody is the same, and some people just don't like planning. They'll rather just go with the flow of things. But I've personally found that planning my day, my week, my month, even my year, basically just organizing my life, is the best way for me to stay productive. And you see, if I don't have things written down or scheduled, then I have a natural tendency to procrastinate and not get anything done at all. It's taken me a while to get there, but I've had to learn what works for me and my personality type. And I'll be sharing some of these things that help me plan and organize my time to make sure that I am the most productive. Hi guys, it's Antoinette and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you like the content, then consider subscribing. Now, good prep and organization for me just reduces stress out of my life because it allows me to be clear on what I want or what I need to do, what I need to accomplish at any given time in the day, in the week, the month, whatever. So I'm just going to share some of the things that have helped me. And the first step really is knowing or having a reason for why you want to be productive. You need clarity on why you want to get your life in order. This helps you stick to doing it consistently so that it becomes a habit or a routine, and then just like an everyday part of you, something that is like second nature to you. So your reason really needs to be strong for you to hold out or for you to follow through. Otherwise, you're just not going to bother. Naturally, we don't like to exert energy into doing what we don't see as essential or necessary, especially if we've gotten by without doing it before. So it's kind of like changing how we see things and looking ahead and saying, okay, is this going to be for my benefit in the long run? When my reason wasn't strong enough, I didn't feel the need to start planning and organizing my day. I was just like, I'm just going to carry on with what I'm doing. And like, if it works today, it works today. If it doesn't work, whatever. Do you get what I'm saying? So have a strong reason, have a strong backing before you go on to the next stage. I got to the point where I had so much going on and I was muddling dates together, times, I was burning myself out, and I was like, look, I can't do this anymore. I can't function like this. I need a strategy. And this for me became my reason. I couldn't live my life in this continuous ball that was rolling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger without any structure in place because everything was just like everywhere. Step 2, track your time. Now, if you don't already know how long you spend on any given task in your day, you need to find out. It's imperative that you know roughly or have an estimate as to how long it's taking you to do key things or your priorities, your tasks, whatever it is. So for example, if you go to the gym in the morning, you need to find out how long it's going to take you to get to the gym, come back, how long you actually spend in the gym. You cook a lot at home. How long is your meal prep going to take? How long is it actually going to take you to cook the food? How long is it going to take you to eat? All of these things just seem like, but you have to do it. You need to estimate, okay, this takes me 20 minutes out of my day is going towards this. 45 minutes, I'm doing this. If you're a blogger, how long does it take you to prep and plan your content? How long does it take you to write out your blog posts from the moment you wake up in the morning to the time that you go to bed? So for your working hours, you need to be very detailed and accurate, or as accurate as possible, because if you can't measure it, then you're not going to get the stuff done. So that will help you move nicely onto the next stage, which is find your method. Now, there are a number of ways out there for people to organize their time, and trial and error, taking me a while, like I said before, but I finally settled for a method and tools that work best for me and my current setup, my current situation with children, with doing this, that, the other. I currently use and find the easiest method, or you can call system, calendar blocking. I've tried bullet journals, I've tried happy planning, I've tried all of them, and none of them have been effective or have worked for me the way that calendar blocking, digital calendar blocking, by the way, has worked for me, or is working for me. I've been doing this for about 2 years now, and it's just so versatile because it can be easily adjusted. The only real disadvantage that I found with like the digital format is that I can't take it around with me because the main features are based on my desktop, main features like search options, all of that. It's on my desktop. And even though I've got my iPhone calendar synced to the digital calendar I'm talking about, there are slightly different features when it comes on your phone format. But for me, this isn't a big issue at all. As long as I've got that structure, that main structure on my desktop in place, everything just kind of flows from there. Now you're probably thinking, why calendar? If you don't put it into your calendar, then that thing doesn't become real to you. It's almost like your brain doesn't see it as serious. But once you write it down, once you put it down in your calendar, it's telling your brain, your mind that, yo, this person is serious about this thing needs to get done. So generally I plan out my weeks and I kind of have an overview of my month and the whole year. Having said that, if you look at my calendar, there's something assigned to each hour of every waking day. And this just allows me to be more productive, like I've said before, because the likelihood of me doing it is going to be very slim if it's not written down, if it's not input into my calendar. So although I know that all the things that I've put on my day-to-day are scheduled to change, especially if you have children, you know that plans can just change at the nick of time, but it's a good guide for me. It's the good structure that I need. It just helps me stop wasting time on things that are not necessary. So in a nutshell, the method of calendar blocking basically cancels out any to-do lists that I have and makes me more efficient. Just as a by note, if you want me to go into more detail in how I calendar block, how I structure every single hour of my day, break it down, how I color coordinate, all of that, if you want me to go into more detail, let me know and I can do a video for that. Just hit me up in the comment section. And the next step for you is to get your tools. If something isn't written down, like I said, it's not cemented for you as a task for you to do, but you need the necessary tools to help you. So for me, the tool that I use is my digital calendar, and that is with Google. And like I said before, I have the ability to sync it to my iPhone and sync it to my husband's calendar, so I know what's going on within the two of us at any given time. You can sync it to so many different calendars. There's just a number of features that helps me. And apart from calendar blocking, I then have like a family planner that I can glance at. Everyone in the house can glance at any time, because it gives you the layout of the month, everything that everyone is doing at that month, but it's just key notes. And I keep this in my kitchen as a reminder, but it's obviously nowhere as in depth as my digital calendar online. And then on top of that, I still have my handwritten desk planner. Before I used to use the Happy Planner, but I've stopped because I find like there's just too much to it and I don't want to complicate matters. I just want something simple. Now, this is not to say that I can't go back and use a Happy Planner later on, but right now I've just stuck to a simple handwritten desk planner that I keep by my desk, so I can just flick through, and it's more of a note-taking thing than anything. It's not as in-depth again as my digital calendar. So I think with the 3 different calendars, 3 different planners, all of that, all sync together, all merge together, they just work best for me. And this is how I work, how I structure myself. So if you want to stay consistent and manage all the different things that you have going on all at the same time, I would highly recommend Google Calendar. Now, the 5th and final step that I have is work with your wave. Now, if you're anything like me, you have waves or periods of time in the month, for instance, when you're at your peak, you're most productive. And then you have times when you just can't be asked to do anything. And I think this is a lot more prevalent with women because of our hormones, the time of the month, all of those kind of things. They all play a factor into what happens to us in the month. So I've seen a pattern with me, a consistent pattern, and I've started to work with that. I've started to work with how I can maximize my peak periods, those times when I'm just like on fire, when I'm on a roll, when nothing can stop me, when I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna get this done and I'm just gonna bang it out. So when those I ain't doing ish days come, I won't be lagging behind or I won't have a backlog. This is especially important if you're self-employed or running your own joint. You need to stay on top of things. And an example for me is last year, I had an accident which left me unable to speak like properly for about a whole 3 weeks because I had stitches in my mouth and stuff. And I couldn't function for about a month, like properly, I couldn't function for about a month. Thank God that I had recorded a whole batch of content beforehand for my YouTube. So I was still able to consistently upload every week without anyone knowing anything. It was only people that follow me on my Instagram stories that actually knew that I had stitches in my mouth. Otherwise, people would have been none the wiser. All I'm saying is that if you've got the opportunity to, make the most of your time, because you basically don't know what could be ahead. So if you can get the most done in your most productive times, then do that. Another example is I really don't like wearing makeup. I know some of you will be like, huh? I don't. So on a day-to-day, I don't full glam. I try to wear as little makeup as possible. So when I do go all out, when I do have my face all done up, I think, what can I do in that day to make the most of the fact that I've got makeup on? Fam, I'm taking my content pictures that day. I'm recording 1 or 2 videos. I'm doing this, that, the other. As much as I can get done with my full face on, I try and do it. Make the most of the time that you have, and this helps you become more productive, and it frees up more time for other things later on. So that's it, guys. I hope you've managed to take 1 or 2 things from that, and let me know if you want an in-depth video in how I actually go about planning my day, breaking everything down for you. I want to hear from you guys. If any of you have any other methods that work for you, that are helping you become more productive, let the other people in this community know. Or if you're struggling to become more productive and you're like, you know what, I'm going to try Antoinette's method, just let me know, hit me up, so I know that, okay, this is making impact. I'm also going to try and do a video on time management, which I think flows with this video as well. So guys, I'll leave it there for now. Until next time, remember that it's 1 step at a time to becoming confident, and if you choose love, you choose life, you live confidently. Bye for now.